Hey everyone, day 3 of Conscious Love. And today we're going to talk about the love of food and eating. A lot of people get stuck on this one, right? You want to be losing weight. Maybe you have been really great since the first of the year, or maybe you are like the majority that's fallen off the wagon on your exercise routine. But one thing people fail to maybe appreciate is something as simple as working out their taste buds. So for today's exercise, I'm going to give you a little bit of practice that is a discipline given sometimes to yoga teachers or aspiring students on more serious studies in terms of dulling the taste buds a little bit, or dulling our urges a little bit, which when you're getting deeper into practices, you might say to yourself, well, why the hell would you want to do that? Because when you're a spiritual seeker, which is what it is when you're going more deeper into some of these practices, the idea is to not be tempted or have the mind controlled by like your 5 senses. And so one of those big senses is taste. We've all done it. We, remember the taste of a cookie or a piece of cake or chips or something, and immediately, because it gave us comfort or we liked it at a party at 6 years old, we go and we run to it at 66 years old because we're stressed out, or 16 years old. This will happen a lot of times with our hormonal surges. Sometimes we'll be a little bit more sensitive to being distracted by sensations and urges and having cravings, depending on what's going on. Usually cravings are a sign in our body that we're needing something, and the mind is playing and getting you to, go to some vices. Sometimes it's an emotional body thing where we want to just get grounded by something that we know. One of the first tastes is sweetness. Mother's milk is very sweet to the baby. It gets them sweet as something that's easy. That's why that can be quite a vice and quite a difficulty for many people who are trying to maybe cut down their sugars, either for inflammation or for weight loss. But I want you to try this work if you're somebody that's challenged by that. And it's not going to be easy. But it's a way to love on yourself in a very, very simple, uncomplicated way that if you practice for the next, what are we down to? About 25 days of the rest of the month, then you might overcome the god of taste grabbing your control and making you eat all these things you don't want to eat. So what the ancient yogis used to do is get somebody on a full stomach at first, so that they're not getting so distracted that they're hungry, that they don't need as much willpower. So full stomach, close your eyes, and put something on your tongue, such as sugar granules, and really be there with the sugar granules. The problem with a lot of processed food and non-natural food and things enhanced with all of these spices and even if it's natural, but lots of spices and salts and things like that, is we've dulled down our tongue. And sometimes we need so much more to feel like we taste it. We lose the taste of the actual food, which historically was keeping us away from things that were not nourishing to us or actually toxic to us, and making us eat it because we want that taste that's been added to it. So the way to desensitize is to actually understand what it is you're putting in your mouth. And so you're going to put a couple of granules of salt, and then you're going to just kind of close your eyes. The reason I'm saying to close your eyes, our eyes are very highly distractible and we'll be looking all around and getting information. When you close your eyes, it helps you to concentrate a little bit better and really taste the salt. Then I want you to do that with sugar, a couple granules of sugar. Then I want you to do that maybe with grating finely grating something very naturally sweet like carrot. And then you can compare a carrot to something very plain like, let's say, a pea. And you want to just experience the whole entire experience of having that on your tongue. The consistency of it, the not just the taste, but the maybe the fluidity of it, how it moves on your tongue, how in different areas of your tongue, it might taste a little differently. And this might sound super simple and silly to you, but the reality is that if you start to notice the subtleties of foods like carrots and peas that have this natural sweetness to it, and you start to really be there with the salt and the sweets that are added into our foods, you're going to notice something. Eventually, if you're doing other things to try to clean out your life, which of course if you're not doing any of that, none of this is going to work. But we're talking about 28 days of conscious love. So I hope that you're trying to do some things that are more consciously caring for yourself. But if you are doing that and you're putting those other things in your mouth that are actually pretty toxic and caustic for us, you're going to start realizing how toxic and caustic that is. You're going to really taste it. Like, ooh, so salty. And if you start decreasing the salt in your foods and you start decreasing the added sugars in your foods and you start eating just naturally sugary things such as fruit and even some of the things like a sweet pea vegetable, you're going to start appreciating the simple things in life. So I'm going to leave you with that challenge and something to do. Next time you're bored or want to maybe work on your weight loss, I challenge you to first start with your taste buds and start to desensitize them from all of the overstimulation so that they get sensitized again and they don't like that food that doesn't, you're going to taste the chemicals. Once you take yourself off of all those spices and salty and sugary things, you're going to desensitize yourself from being stimulated by those and get really sensitive to what they're actually tasting like. And you're going to just say no. Try it. Let me know what you think at the end of the month. Take care. See you tomorrow.